You're tuned in to Grown Folks Production. In the mix. With the commish, Nate.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Press Pass Live, your weekly podcast show. And I'm missing somebody. Where'd he go? Oh, no. I think Maniac got the boots. Well, hopefully Maniac will join me. He was sitting here right next. Oh, there he is. He joined me back. He's back. I was like, I started the show and I was like, wait, I have a blank square. And then I looked in here and I was like, oh, he's gone. What's up, Maniac? Everything okay over there?
Yeah. I hit the wrong button.
Oh.
Someone knocked at the door, so I was gonna
Yep.
close out my video, and then I realized that I just hung up. So
Hey man, the wrong button thing happens all the time. Listen, it's 12:30. I'm just having my first cup of coffee, so it sort of is what it is today. Sorry that we're late. This was planned for 10:30. I had a work thing happen, even though I'm off today, that I had to take care of. Maniac has been ultra kind to me today, to be very, very patient, to let me do everything I needed to do. So we're gonna jump right into it. We're using our friends over at Neon Sports today. We're going to talk about weeks 9, 10, and 11. So I'm going to cover these games, and then Maniac is going to pick one that he wants to talk about. James and the Jets lose to Joker 23-20. I think I almost picked this game because I thought, man, James was on a red hot streak and Joker was struggling, but Joker comes away with a big victory there at home. Jay Bowles with a 28-21 victory over Nipples. Cincyberg with a 28-14 victory over, I'm pretty sure, the CPU Rams. The Seattle Seahawks CPU fall to Kevin and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 34-28. So hopefully some people are figuring out how to beat the all Madden CPU. The Chicago Bears with a 27-10 victory over Bill. Colin keeping that team red hot. They are 10-0. Start paying attention there, NFC. Your Arizona Cardinals beat the San Francisco 49ers and Coach Zoe 21-17. My Saints fall to Bird 27-24. Lost Sniper with a 31-28 victory over Massimo. Much closer games this week. Flaboy, Mr. Rod, with a 30-24 victory over Byron. Denbrew, his 10-0 Cincinnati Bengals beat up on his best friend 45-14. I wouldn't talk to him for at least a week after that. Dwayne with a 26-14 victory over Twinkie. Tim wins 33-27 over Priest. And then wrapping up week number 9 here, Nice Hunger falls to Big Hurt 41-14. Those Jaguars can put up points in a flash. And then Randy's got those red hot Broncos rolling 40-21 over James and the Kansas City Chiefs. Which one of these games? We had some much closer ones this week. Do you want to unpack?
Yeah, did have a lot of better looking games here, more competitive across the board. I will say there's a little side mark here on the Jets and Buffalo. It looked like it was played 4 times. So we know how the Madden thing is when you restart it.
I'm tapping out after 2. I'm just like, sorry, you can have the CPU. I'm not doing this.
Yeah, that's a shame because they're gonna tell them what that game actually would have been there. And I will say, I think Atlanta. I'm not sure, but I think he just decided just to sim it.
Oh, I think that one was late, and I that might have been that game that he just simmed. D-Money, for those, again, I don't know how much I can share or not share. It's his story. So, listen, he's going through a lot. His baby was premature. His wife is recovering. He's an at-home dad taking care of wife, baby, 2 babies. It's like a lot for him right now, and we're being patient, as we have been for a lot of other owners here. So, for those of you who think he's just, I mean, he's 7-3, but a lot of those are CPU victories. He is trying to get his games in the best he can. We're being patient with him. If this is continuing to be a problem next season, we'll have that conversation. But that's where we're at with the Rams.
All right. Sounds good, man. Best of luck to D-Money there. I would like to look at, we'll talk about Lost Sniper. And I've been talking about him a little bit more. I'll look at the Miami and New England game here. Definitely, this was a game. If you look at the scoreboard there for the first 4 quarters, it
Very
was
little defense in this one, Maniac.
no. And I will say, when the Patriots and the Dolphins get together, there's normally
Yeah,
not a lot of defense, so
that's fair.
it's a lot of scoring. So, but I will say both of them did have a shutout quarter against each other. So Miami couldn't score in the third, and New England couldn't score in the fourth. So it don't nearly cost him there. But as you can see, the score was 31-28. Total yards gain here for the Dolphins, 395. He outgained the Patriots, the 359. Rushing yards, very comparable. Just a few yards separate them, 153, 146. Passing yards, not very often do you see somebody outpass the Patriots. So 242 for the Dolphins, 213 for the Patriots. First downs, a lot of first downs in this game. 21 for the Dolphins, 15 for the Patriots. I've got this little candy in my mouth, and it keeps like making me kind of pause a little bit because if I start choking on it, it might not it might not be a good deal live. But
I don't know if you've seen
Turner,
that stat right there, but 3 fourth downs went for in this game, and a lot of fourth downs in a game.
oh yeah, that's crazy. All I see, I don't actually see in the in-game fourth down tries. It only shows fourth down conversions. Both of them did convert a fourth down. So if there was 4 total, then they converted half of them there. So third downs, not a whole lot of third down conversions either. The Patriots, kind of a unique stat here, only 1 third down conversion for the game, 6 for the Dolphins. So that's kind of unique there. Don't see that a whole lot. Red zone touchdowns, both of them had 2. Patriots did have 1 field goal, which was the difference in this game score. Time of possession that went to the Dolphins, 21 minutes for the Dolphins, only 14:51 for the Patriots. Looking at the stats, Bawanko, he was pretty effective this game, 242 yards, 21 of 26, 80%. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Drake May has been the cornerstone for the Patriots so far this Madden. 15-24, 62%. Did have a touchdown and interception on the day as well. The rushing was dominated here with Max Connell, the second-year player from Syracuse, big back, 5'11", 229, 135 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. But not to be outdone was Travion Henderson with 11 carries, only half the carries and nearly as many yards, 117 yards on the day, averaging 10.6 yards a carry. Give that man the ball. 3 touchdowns, 87 was the long for this one. Peoples also getting a little action in there with 7 carries for 29 yards. But both those guys look like they were having a competition there in the top running back for both sides there. So probably one of the unique names here, Clayton Killens. He was killing it. 8 receptions, 137 yards, and a touchdown. 40 is the long for Miami. Hernandez for the Patriots here, 6 receptions, 77 yards. Not the dominating performance that we've kind of seen from Hernandez, but still efficient enough here to get the job done with a touchdown as well. Ricards with 3. London for the Dolphins, he had 4. A lot of guys contributing there with 2 receptions. So spreading the ball around. Good job, guys. Defense. Solo tackle leader. Got a couple guys. Murphy. He had 6, and Newbin with 6 as well. Tackles for a loss. 2, Aragon. Jimmy Aragon, the left edge. which I will point out, by the way, a weird number for an edge guy, 62. And
Super weird. I have one of those too. It's like 51 or something.
Anyway, that's 2 tackles for a loss there for Aragon. No sacks in this game. It's kind of odd. We did have a couple interceptions. Vance for the Patriots and Reynolds for the Dolphins. And we'll see if anybody took one to the house. And no, they did not. So interesting game though. It was very well spread out, a lot of scoring. They did have a little bit of as we talked about in the second half, both teams shut one team out on one of those quarters in the second half. So they were at least making a good effort on defense in this game in the second half to kind of slow the other one down. But it was a good game there.
Let's look at week number 10. I think this one might sting a little bit. The Randy led Broncos 31-10 over Old Timer. Zoe bounces back with a 24-10 victory over Tim. Rod continues to sort of hang in there, 14-6 over Twinkie. Your Arizona Cardinals fall to, I'm pretty sure, the CPU Rams. I remember seeing the ranting and raving, and I get it in the chat.
CPU wins again.
Listen, his team sucks to play no matter if there's a user behind it or not. They are just super fast, super good in all the ways. Lost Sniper with a 31-17 victory over Byron. Nicehanger bounces back 28-24 over Roger. The CPU beats Poor Simple 28-25. My Saints get their first victory of the season. I was so shocked by it. I had to go double look over there, but they win 27-25 over the Browns. James with a 37-24 victory over Massimo. Colin continues to stay hot, 38-21 over Priest. Big Hurt, 34-27 over James and the Chiefs. Denbrew continues to stay undefeated, 21-14 over Bill. Bill battled him in that one, made him earn it. Mr. J. Bows, I see you in chat. What's up? 41-37 against Kevin. I watched a little bit of this game. It was quite the game. Came down to the very end. We have not seen Kevin since. 35-29, Bird beats the CPU. We need to remove Meat Boy. Somebody remind me of that. Which one of these games do you want to talk about?
Oh, there's a lot of good games here as well. There's some closer games, which is, I mean, I guess you could say it's maybe hopeful. I will say, looks like the Giants and the Bengals had to restart this game 3 times. That's always a booger when that happens. And I will say one thing about D-Money and his Rams team. He has built a insane team. I think his defense is like 96 overall or something like that. So you can't deny that the dude knows how to build absolute beast of a team. So let's talk about your Saints game. This is the first one in the season, correct?
Yes. Do you have to rub it in like that? That hurt. That feels like it hurts a little bit.
Hey, so you got off the snipe. So we're gonna give you some props here. So, looking at the offensive yards game, I'm really not trying to mess with you. I'm just
look at these massive offensive stats. I mean, my goodness, somebody just
this
put me
one
in FPR court. 180 total yards. Watch out.
This one might set some records. So 94 yards rushing for the Saints, 76 for the Browns. Offensive passing yards, 273 for the Browns, 86 for the Saints. And you still got the win, so that's impressive. First downs, 12-18 for the Browns. Turnovers, and I think this is where you got the win here. Is you only had 1 turnover and you got 3 of them from the Browns. So it's definitely difficult in those close games like that to turn the ball over that many times and still get a victory. Good defense there by you though, Nate. Red zone percentage 50% for the Saints, 33 for the Browns. Time of possession dominated by the Browns, 22. I think I remember listening to you when when you were in this game talking about I didn't
Sorry.
even have the ball. I think you kept saying that
Yeah,
I
I
haven't
did.
even had the ball.
After the second, I had the ball pretty often first quarter and like little into the second quarter, and then Lost Sniper said, I mean, Lost is me. Little Koch said, "You're not getting the ball back." I literally didn't get the ball back again.
22 for the Browns, 13-46 for the Saints. So yeah, it was definitely no. Whenever you're trying to score or whatever, and not being able to get on the field, that kind of stinks. So Anthony Coles for the Browns. Look like he had a little bit of a situation with his quarterback. He played Hurts, but
Hurts
then
played
pulled
most of the
him.
game, and then Coles came in and almost beat me.
Yeah, that's crazy. And so he's having a quarterback identity crisis, I guess, on the Browns right now. But
You wouldn't know
Hurt
anything about that, would you? What was
Parker
that?
Colt,
Yeah,
Parker
Cole. That
Colt
was his name.
syndrome.
I was like,
That
I
is
know he's got
that
a
is
name.
that has got to be put into the OMFL Hall of Fame as a coin phrase, Parker Colt syndrome. So Hertz was 13-27. I'm getting myself off on rabbit trails now. 48% for him. Coles comes in and goes 7-10, 70%. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. So I mean, he just turned it on. Mills, though, didn't have a great day, and this is crazy. See that 7 completions, 17 attempts, 41%. But you didn't make the mistake, so that you have to give you props for that. 1 touchdown, 86 yards on the day. Rush, no. Jerry Rich, I like this running back. Every time I see you running with him, I start thinking about Ricky Williams, and he kind of just runs similar. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but 13 attempts, 60 yards and a touchdown. Judkins, 12 for 51, no touchdowns there. Irving, Sampson, all those guys were getting some carries, so give them guys some love. The receiving side of the ball, Ladarius Moorhead, 8 receptions, 97 yards, and a touchdown. Bailey, 3 for 83 and a touchdown. So he's spreading the ball there on offense. Lowry finally gets off with a touchdown. I know you've been. I've seen a little bit of your streams. Said he's just not showed up this season, but at least he did get in the end zone there for you in that situation. And then one more, Isaiah Bond for the Browns. 1 catch, 21 yards, and a touchdown there for him. Looking over at the defensive side of things, the sole tackle leader was Bailey for the Browns with 5, and then New Orleans had a couple guys, McCollum and Capps with 4. Matt Capps, the free safety out of Oklahoma. I think he's going to end up being a pretty good player for you. Tackles for a loss. Yeah, okay. I'm just going to say okay because I'm not going to try to pronounce his name. 3 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss. Bailey with 2 tackles for a loss, and Summers with 2 tackles for a loss. Sack leaders, Summers for the Saints with 1, Sanchez with 1, and Whitaker with 1 there for the Saints. So, and then Richards finally making himself known with 2 interceptions, and he had a touchdown. So that was a big difference in that game as well. So it had a pick 6 there. So finally, Richards making himself known in the league.
2 key points in this game. First, I remember when I drafted Manny Richards, 5 seasons ago, whatever it was, out of Tulane. He was a high top 5 pick or whatever it may have been. Top cornerbacks were already gone. I needed a cornerback, drafted him, and Roger's like, oh, he's so good. And people are like, he's so good. He does nothing for me. Nothing. Here's another guy, Glenn Lowry. Everybody tried to sell me on, oh, that's such a good pick. He's so good. Blah, blah, blah. He does nothing for me but drop the ball. But Manny Richards picked a pass off in the end zone. Browns were inside the 10 or whatnot. Took it back for a pick 6, ended up being the game winner. That was a big play. And another big play was my backup running back. So Madden's doing 2 things. If you haven't noticed this on yours, you might want to just check it. I'm just telling you because I've noticed this on mine. There's 2 settings that automatically get changed no matter if you touch them or not. After you fix them, they seem to stay fixed. But They're automatically set to this. First is running is for me been set to aggressive for weeks now. I did not notice until this week. Doesn't matter that I don't touch it. It's not on default. It's not on normal. Automatically sets itself to aggressive. Well, my
Hmm.
backup running back fumbles inside the 3 yard line, so that we left some points on the board there. That was a tough play. It was his third game in a row fumbling inside the 5 yard line. This week in my stream, I just like, oh, let me just check 3 plays in, and it was set to aggressive, even though I never touched it. Happens after the first play. So no matter what you set on the first play, when you go check it on the second or third play, it's going to be different. The other is my flat zones automatically change to 0. Even though I don't touch them, they're on default. Check it on your second or third play, they're going to be on 0. At least they have been for me. It's a glitch. It
That's
sucks
crazy.
that we're still playing with this. So anyway, I share that to say my stupid running back is fumbled inside the red zone, inside the 5, 3 weeks in a row. It sucks, but hopefully we've changed it. Saints did come away with a victory. Thank God. We battled against Atlanta this week, which we can talk about now because we're going to talk about week number 11. So week 11, Houston Texans and Roger beat Simple 35-14. It's so much easier when I have the real names up here to read. Randy with a 49-10 victory over James. Washington Commanders and Tampa Bay have not played. I don't think so. There's a bunch of games that were like CPU games this week. I have no clue what's going on. It's where we are in the Madden cycle. Lost Sniper, the 40-29 victory over LC. Bengals and Cowboys play later tonight. Zoe with a 24-21 victory over Joker. James bounces back with a 29-14 victory over Oldtimer. Shout out, see him in the chat. Byron with a 28-12 victory over Nipple, who is completely checked out this season. You always tell when Nipples checks out. Cincyberg with a 28-23 victory over my Saints. I was inside the 10. I tried to do the like what is it called? Like play this, not play the sticks. When you want your receiver to go to the first down marker, it changed it to a flat. I tried to fix it 3 times. It wouldn't fix. I panicked. I ended up throwing it in the middle of freaking 9 different people throw a pick. Since
No.
Cincyberg wins with the Atlanta Falcons, and I was just kicking myself the whole time, just panicked. I should have just took a timeout, settled down, but nope, I screwed up and lost the game. My Massimo with a 17. I just had a stroke right there. I'm okay though. 17-10 over Nicesonger. Maniac beats the CPU Seattle Seahawks. Priest beats the CPU Indianapolis Colts. Bill with a 31-10 victory over Twinkie. Colin with a 41-27 victory over Bird. Haven't seen him since. And then D Money's CPU J Bows. Was that CPU?
Hmm.
I see him in
That
the
was
chat.
CPU.
Ouch. That's a tough way to lose your first game. I am so sorry, y'all. I wish there were a better fix, but there are no owners beating down the doors. Maniac, which one of these games do you want to talk about?
Yeah, just a little inside on the J Bounce because he actually messaged me. He said, "Should I even try to play the CPU Rams?" He said, "I've watched you play that team twice." He said they go insane. It's like best thing is just to play offense and let your defense hopefully stop them. But I said they're so good across the board. It seems like it doesn't even work out no matter
And,
what you want to do. So
and I'm going to say
uh,
this, and I'm probably going to get in trouble from a board member. I'm sorry, guys, if you don't agree with me, but we can have the discussion. You're probably not going to change my mind. As long as you don't stat pad against the CPU, I'm sitting here talking off camera. As long as you don't stat pad against the CPU, I don't care. Cheese it. Run plays that work. Move play. Like, I don't care. Like, it sucks playing the CPU. I get it. So do what you got to do to try to get your win. Just don't stat pad. That's a big no. Don't stat pad or do something super duper weird like some kind of glitch or something like that. Outside of that, just beat the CPU. Do what you got to do.
so you mean I can't have 33 catches by
You cannot have 33 catches. No, you can't do that. But you
Okay.
can run the ball 33 times if that's working. I don't care there.
Uh,
Just not for 450 yards.
I set a record. No. Uh, there were some games here that definitely were a little bit out of hand. The Broncos really destroyed the Chiefs here. Uh, I think I may actually get a big payday off of this one though for my goal sheet because I think I put everything down for the Broncos on this one, so it may have paid off for me.
James is too nice of a guy, but those are the kind of scores right there that you usually get a message for after. Like, as a commissioner, I see a score like that, and I immediately look at my DMs, just waiting for them to blink.
It probably helps out too that they were family, so
Yeah.
they're kin to each other somehow. But I want to look at we'll talk about a guy from my division here, Zoe and those San Francisco 49ers and the Buffalo Bills and Joker. This game looked like it was a very entertaining game. Second half, there's only 10 points scored among both teams in the second half, so very defensive outlook in the second half in this game. Let's look at the total yards gained, 295 for the 49ers, 317 for the Bills, so very close there. The big difference here, though, offensive rushing yards, 166 yards by the 49ers to 82 for the Bills. Passing yards, though, a big difference here for the Bills, 235 to 129 for the 49ers. First downs, 15 for the Niners, 18 for the Bills, so really close there as well. Turnovers, both teams had turnover issues. The Bills did turn it over one more time, 3 times compared to the 49ers, 2 times. Third down conversions, that was led by the Buffalo Bills with 6-2 for the 49ers. Offensive red zone. It shows the 49ers did not have a red zone opportunity in this game, which is kind of shocking. I guess everything came long distance for them. But the Bills did have a 40% on the red zone here with 2 touchdowns in the red zone. Time of possession heavily favored for the Bills, 22 minutes compared to right under 14 for the 49ers. So big difference there. Looking at your overall stats for players, Josh, the man Allen, big arm Allen here with 19 of 13, 61%, 3 touchdowns, but he did turn it over 3 times. He was throwing and praying here. And so looked like it got him in the butt here for 3 interceptions. Purdy actually struggled a little bit with he one of the very few games I see him actually have more turnovers than touchdowns here, but he was 12 of 19 for 63%, 129 yards, touchdown, 2 interceptions. For the rushing attack, Jordan James, this guy is underrated, and he has turned this guy into a monster in the backfield for the 49ers. 13 attempts, 91 yards, and a touchdown, averaging 7 yards a carry. 41 was the long. And then he's got this guy, the rookie from Notre Dame, Titus McDowell. He is also a good running back for him. The 1-2 punch here with these guys, 8 carries, 75 yards, and a touchdown. 43 for the long. Pacheco, 16 carries, 45 yards. He was struggling. Didn't even manage to get 3 yards a carry. And then his backup, Callaway, 6 opportunities, 16 yards and 2.7 yards carry. So 49ers were making it really extremely hard for the Bills to get any running game going. Gary Tyson, the speedster, the import for the Bills, 4 receptions, 80 yards, and a touchdown. Stanton, second-year player, 6 receptions, 80 yards, and a touchdown. And then also Knox here with the tight end, 4 receptions, 38 yards. The guy that the Bills cut, Kenyon Coleman, he has been picked up by the 49ers and been with them for 2 or 3 seasons now. This is probably like one of the worst games I've seen from him because he usually ends up carving me up. 3 receptions, 36 yards. Crompton also had a touchdown for the Bills with 4 receptions. Not a whole lot going. Musgrave, the 1 catch for the tight end for 25 yards and a touchdown. That was a lone touchdown reception for the 49ers in this game. Defense. Let's see some defense. And we had some in the second half. Jared Brown with 6 solo tackles. And the leader for the Bills was 3, Davenport. Tackles for a loss. We all love those tackle for a loss stats. And Grayson for the 49ers had 3 Nick Bosa also had 2, and Pace Jr. here for the Buffalo Bills, he had 2 as well. No sacks in this game. That's kind of odd. And then also Warner, man, this guy, the older he gets, I think the wiser he gets and the better he gets. Because again, another game with an interception for Fred Warner with 1, Molden with 1 for the Bills, is Green for 1 for San Francisco, Harrison 1 for the Bills, and Lennar 1 for the 49ers. So they were all getting in on this turnover battle here in this game. So, but yeah, it was a good close game. Nice score there, 24-21. San Francisco holds to victory though, and they stay atop of the NFC West.
What up, Style? Thanks for checking us out. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. We do not have any news this week. It was my fault. I'll let the guys know late, and they were all really busy. Denbrew said he was going to do it, but he was enjoying himself opening day at baseball, so I'm just kidding, Denbrew. When we come back, Maniac, we're going to break down the rookies, impact rookies, and then we're going to open up the mailbag. I think I've seen a question or two in the mailbag, and then we'll wrap up the show with a fun little question about some underrated ideas and get us on out of here to the rest of our Friday. We'll be right back after this message from, who should we play today? Let's go.
I feel like I need my plumbing worked on.
Oh, okay. All right. I like it.
Leaky pipes, clogged drains, forget about it. Call Tony the Wrench Romano, New York's most connected plumber. Listen, I don't just fix pipes. I make problems disappear. Fast, quiet, clean. Just like Norna told me. And maybe a couple uncles. Licensed, bonded, respected. No job too big, no secret tunnel too small. You can call someone else. Maybe they show up. You call me, I make sure it gets done. We don't just stop the leaks, we stop the talking. Now serving all 5 boroughs, and nobody asks questions.
I absolutely love our commercials. I appreciate those guys. We got to get a couple of them to change their music for the next season because it gets me popped every single time. But we'll figure that out a little bit later. All right, Maniac, let's talk about some impact rookies. I'm just going to kind of cover some of the overall stats thanks to our partners over at Neon Sports. James Simmons is leading the league in passing yards, but like none of these guys are really playing. So you got guys that have played 3 games, 2 games. So no real starting rookie quarterbacks in the OMFL for season 119, which is a little surprising. So definitely not going to get your rookie of the year from any of these fellas right up here. But you definitely have some rushing leaders. Mr. Garland for Denver, 11 for 642 yards. I find when Randy is at his absolute best, he's got an absolute stud at running back, and he has found one there. You were talking about this guy a little while ago, Titus McDowell. He's got 10 games, 520 yards, averaging 5.47 yards per carry with 6 touchdowns. A couple other guys still up there. Mr. Elton Clifford, he's only played in 8 games, but 411 yards. That guy's averaging 7.34 yards per carry. On your receiving leaders, you got a couple of guys. These are always a little inflated, but Woody for the Chargers, what a name. 631 yards, 8 touchdowns already for old timer. Hines, 7 for 587, 7 games played, that is. 587 with only 2 touchdowns. You have a tight end for Roger with 3 touchdowns, 361 yards. Looking at your defensive leaders, Mr. Dresker for the now CPU Seattle team, 10 games played, 36 tackles, 1 sack. A couple other guys with 29, 27, 26 tackles. Looking at your interception leaders, got guys really making an impact over here, especially for the Jets. Look at this. His top 2 rookies are leading the entire OMFL in rookie interceptions. 3 interceptions for Wise, 2 for McKinney. And this one surprised me, I think, the most. I was not expecting to see this, but your sack leaders, Pittsburgh, 1 with 7, the Giants with 6, Detroit with 5. Like, these are really, really impact numbers for us being a little past halfway mark here. And then the guys who never get love as rookies, your kickers and punters. Chicago has a top kicker and a top punter. You can also see Well, this is okay. We're gonna have to talk with Colin. That says kicker, leading and kicking and punting, and Colin, you actually have to have a punter. So,
Ruh-roh.
oh, exactly. Not surprising. There's something about Dwayne and special teams. Like that guy should be a special teams in college or the NFL because he leads this league every single time he's got the top punter. Which of these guys kind of caught your eye? And I guess I'm gonna have to go send a message to Colin.
Yeah, I was looking. We're talking about the rookie. Uh, Again, like you said, it's really surprising we didn't have a quarterback. Because most of the time we
Really
got one or
surprising.
two that are kind of making an impact. And we always say it's kind of unfair because they always lead the rookie kind of votes and stuff in the rookie of the year stuff. But I really do like this running back that I have to get to him right quick. I like actually there's two running backs I like. I like the running back for the Broncos, Garrard. Man, he seems like he's going to be a beast. 642 yards, 6 touchdowns. But I also like the guy that is with the 49ers, Titus McDowell. He's had less carries than Garrard, but 520 yards, and he's sharing the backfield with a really dynamic running back as well over there, and with the 49ers. But he's got 6 touchdowns. He has fumbled the ball a couple times, so that's always an issue. But I was looking at receivers. I didn't really see like a lot of receivers either. I don't know if that's. I think I'd seen Randy say something in the chat, something about it kind of speaks to how heavy the defensive side of things were in the last draft. I do think, if Nipples wasn't on his cruise ship, maybe Malik Hines would be a little bit more of a factor for the Ravens, 6'2" wide receiver out of New Mexico. He's got 49 receptions, 587 yards, and 2 touchdowns. But, we've seen him kind of build up those wide receivers a little bit. So he probably would be a bigger factor in that situation. But I was actually, and I took a little different look at this. I was looking through some of the rookie offensive linemen. And there was a couple of guys that kind of caught my eye that have actually played really well. I'm trying to skip down through this. The Dalen White of the Atlanta Falcons. He's a 6'5", 308 guy out of Clemson. He's a rookie starter for him. He's played 417 downs, and he's only given up 1 sack on the season. He's right tackle. So, I mean, I've had some guys that are 90 plus and give up on the edge, give up at least 5 or 6 sacks on the season. So that caught my eye there for him, Mr. White. And there was one more. I'm trying to scroll through this right quick. Maybe that's him right there. Nick Henderson, the center for the Bears. 6'1", 297-pound center from San Diego State. 536 downs played, 1 sack given up so far on the season. So a couple rookie offensive linemen making an impact for their teams, and both those teams that we were just talking about. The Falcons, I think they're still in first place in the South, and then also the Bears are looking at right now currently undefeated season. So
he ends so abruptly lately. It kind of caught me off guard. Some impact rookies here in the OMFL. Randy says Garland is the backup to Harvey, so you can see how well Denver is running the ball over there. And he also said, and it's an interesting thought, that the rookie stats show how defensive heavy the last draft was, and there are no real crazy offensive stats. I agree. I also think some of it is we've got the most kind of disengagement so far. It's just, I don't know why. It's been a tough cycle. And I had such really high hopes for this game, and it sort of has went a little downhill, at least for the owners. All right, one more commercial. When we come back, we're going to open up the mailbag, which is actually our buddy Maniac. He's got 2 questions in there, and then we'll go to our question of the day, and we'll be right back.
Does your games against Cincyberg and Kobe have you crying into your console? Are you this freaking close to having an all-time OMFL meltdown? Is your team playing like they're being controlled by your drunk uncle? Well, don't rage quit just yet. Hold in that R2 button and sprint on over to Denbrews Part Shack, the only place to rebuild your busted Madden roster. Your team is a dumpster fire, but I have the parts to turn those digital duds into gridiron gods. We have receivers that run faster than Caitlyn Jenner ran away from his first family. Call now or you can kiss your OMFL glory goodbye.
It's the little lines in all of those commercials that get me every single time. All right, Maniac, let's open up your OMFL mailbag today. It says, who would be, sorry, I can't read today, who would be your Elite 8 coaches of the OMFL for Madden 26? I got to be honest, since I've turned 46, which has been almost a year, I can't see jack squat. And this is very small on a little third monitor that I have up there. So when I sound like I can't read, I can actually read. I just can't see. That is the absolute problem. That's an interesting question to say the absolute least. Let me make sure I'm not showing the wrong thing. And I'm going to kind of run. Yes. All right. Let me go over here. Elite 8. That's tough. It's like picking your favorite booger. You just don't know which one you want to go with. But because there's just different ways that I would view that, right? You're Elite 8
Right.
thinking competitive. Am I thinking some of my favorite owners that I would never want to leave here? Blah, 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 blah. I'll go just competitive. D-Money's got to be up there, though, with his life. I think he would be, like, right on the cusp of 8 when you think of competitive. I know Bird is not having the season that he's wanting to have, but I would definitely put him in my Elite 8. So there's 1. Dwayne, there's 2. I'm putting Lost Sniper in my Elite 8. There's 3. Randy in my Elite 8. There's 4. He's going to be top 3 probably. I'm putting Zoe in there. There's 5, so at least me 3 more. You got to put Rod in there, so at least me 2 more.
It gets really hard when you start like really kind of like thinking about it. Kind of gives you a brain cramp there.
I'm putting Bill in there. I guess you got to put D-Money in there. So that would be my 8. I'd have to sit down and write them down to figure out like what would I rank them. What about you? What would be your Elite 8 here in the MFL?
Yeah, I tried to because if I'm going to ask the question, I probably need to have it at least a little list made out. So, and what brought this on was because we're getting close to having the Elite 8 in March Madness. So, for my 8, I'm gonna go from my list. I've gotten written from 8 to 1.
How did you view it? Did you competitive or sort of like overall?
I kind of went overall.
Okay.
I mean, I was kind of viewing
my
like
Elite
competitive
8 owners next, not competitive, just like humans that like who are my top 8 guys that I would not want to do this without.
Yeah, I mean, and it kind of all factored in, like that, but there was also factoring in competitive. So it's like am I gonna kind of add all those together? Loss with all that he does and stuff, but he's very competitive too. So I mean, you can't take that away from him. So he was my number 8. Loss was my number 8. Big Hurt, is 1. He would probably get a majority of his like on the competitive side, but he's also he's really good at coaching and building a team. So that was just kind of one of the things I was thinking about. Is number 7, Zoe. He's the newcomer. But man, he is taking those 49ers, and
It's a very good one. He probably should have been on my list.
And he's actually beat D-Money, in head to head, probably more times than I have, and he's faced him less. So I was like, man, the last time I beat D-Money, I told him, I said, I played you like 23 straight times, and this is my first win against you in head to head. I was, here Zoe is. I played him maybe 6 times, and he's already beat him twice or so. So, but anyway, Zoe's really good at the sticks as well. Really great safety user. J Bows is one of those ones, or it's actually Bowles, because I asked him the other night on my stream, so I keep want to call him Bows, but J Bowles, um, he has been one of those guys that were, in past Maddens, he's kind of struggled with this Madden. He's been so consistent. Once he found his niche, he's been very consistent. He's won his first bowl, so he was number 5, and number 4 for me was all this is like the when he's on, he's here. D Money, he is just one of the toughest people to play. And then the fact that now his team's being run by the CPU and ramrodding over everybody. I was like, man,
There's a word.
he basically could play his games and put his controller down and let his team do the thing for him on
That's
defense. So
super fair.
Number 3, Denbrew. Denbrew has struggled in this Madden, but he's always consistent with other things that he does, the scheduling and different things. He's like one of the top dudes here, but he's always very competitive. And now we see that he's got a team that's in the top 3 right now for the season. So that's one of those that I was looking at. And Bronco Man, he's my number 2, very competitive. And he's like me. He's over competitive sometimes, like me. But man, he's put together some extremely good teams. He's put together that Colts team, won a bowl game with them, switched over to the Broncos, revamped them,
build them up. Yep.
and built them up, and now he's like right back in the thick of things. So, but my number 1 has to go with Dwayne. Dwayne is steady Eddie. He never. That doesn't seem to be whatever Madden gives him, or what. I mean, he makes some of the pickups in free agency, and I'm thinking like some of the guys he picks up, like, man, I'd never touch those guys with a 10-foot pole, and he gets them, and like next thing you know, like they're in the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm like, how? The guy's like 78 speed, but he can hit like a dump truck, So, but somehow, somebody, Dwayne makes them all fit in his little scheme, and that's my elite 8. And like I said, I kind of looked at it from a correlation of all things combined. So
I was going to do my Elite 8 owners, but I quickly talked myself out of it because I can hear the DMs and people in their feelings that I left them off.
You hate me.
Yeah, that's exactly what it would turn into. I don't want to do that. So we're not going to do that. Your other question was around no news around college football or Madden so far for what would it be, 27, right? Madden 27, college football 27. And does that worry me or does that signal disaster? This Madden has gotten me down hard. I'm a pessimist now. As someone who's usually an optimist for these games and usually like, I get it. And I still totally understand the development time is not there. The time to work out bugs is not there. To all of the things, they're not set up to be successful at all. And I also think I've noticed, again, I'm not doing research. I'm just sort of trying to call back. It feels like the last couple of years, the news has come later and later and later and later. Because I fully remember and recall saying, like, why is there not a launch, commercial for Madden at the draft? And there never is. And that's still a month away. So you're talking, it's going to be late May, June before we start to get news, and the game then drops in like for college football, July, and then Madden in August. So I don't know what to expect. It's weird that there's been no rumors or news or sort of any trickling of information. I've seen some videos come out for some creators about the things they want to see, but it's all sort of guessing and hypotheticals. And we're going to be losing Rod, who is part of their franchise team, because they got to get focused and he's got to get back to work, and his schedule is going to be a little too intense to try to play here and continue to do so. It feels like they're ramping up, and hopefully we'll hear something. I have no clue what to expect. My expectations really are very, very low. I feel like these games have gotten too intricate without the ability to make them good, if that makes sense. It's like you're just sort of throwing slop at the wall and none of it works proper and works the way you want to see. And again, I'll beat this horse until somebody tells me I'm wrong from that team. And even then, I think I still wouldn't change my mind. the game is not made for us. We are the outlier. We are the exception. The game is not made for any of us. None of you. You are not their target audience. You are not 12 to 18. That is who they're aiming for. They want you to pick up the game and drop some money, drop $150, $200 on this game, move on to their next title and keep buying them, keep rolling through. And those of us who try to play this very realistic, very sort of without all the bells and whistles and the gimmicks and all that, and play it as long as we play, like, we're just not the audience. I don't know that any games nowadays are made for us. I just don't. Yeah, I don't feel like they make games outside of is it Rockstar that makes like Red Dead and GTA and all that? Like, those
Yeah,
games
Rockstar.
are made for like 3, 4, 10 years. The last GTA. I'm not a GTA player, but like, those games are made, but they also take 10 years to make. They're not flopping games out every single year because of
Good point.
NBA or NFL or whatever other league. So I don't know. I think they're not set up for success. What they do, we take for granted, is very complicated. You're talking 52 players on a team minimum. You're talking 24 players plus referees plus a crowd, all that stuff happening on your screen every play. Like, these are very intricate, complicated games, and they have no time to work out the bugs. They have no time. And us, we're constantly crying for new, and we're constantly crying about what we don't have. And they're trying to add in these role-playing elements like the coaching trees for this younger generation, because they're trying to get another sort of genre of player to come check out their game. It's just like, it's not made for us, y'all. So when you accept it for what it is, and understand that we're going to keep trying to make the best of it. That's why I'm probably going to do some testing soon, real consideration about looking at comp mode again, and we're just going to make the best of it, because ultimately we all love football and we all love the camaraderie, and this is a way to stay competitive even at our advanced ages. And ultimately, it drives us all nuts, and we all have moments where we're ready to burn it all down and quit and throw hissy fits, unless you're Randy or Dwayne or these guys who win all the time. It just is what it is, and so I too have struggled this cycle of having a bad attitude and a gross attitude, and I've sort of really just accepted, like, that's the competitiveness in me, and it is what it is. Make the best of it, try to have fun, and ultimately every one of us as individuals are going to have to make the call of, we're adults and this isn't fun anymore, and I just don't want to do it. Don't do it then. I totally get it. We'll be here
Yeah.
if you ever decide you do want to do it again. It doesn't make you a bad person, doesn't make us a bad person, just makes it is what it is, and you move on. Like Pepper decided, I can't do it anymore. So it is what it is. Doesn't yeah, I'm beating this dead horse and repeating myself again. I don't know what thoughts you have on it. You used to be part of that team that would check those games out, and I'm sure those guys have seen some stuff by now, and they are under an embargo and can't say much or say anything. But I don't know. My expectations are pretty low. I don't plan on buying college football. It's too gimmicky for me. That's always been my problem with college football. Like, I love the concept. I love the ambiance. I love all the extra stuff with college football and the concept, but like, I'm not built for recruiting and the, like, those guys who watch 80 hours of YouTube videos and have 25 spreadsheets, and boy, they're taking it like it. I don't have time for that. Give me a draft, give me free agency, something I can do in an hour and move on with my life. Yeah, so it sucks because I want to like it. I want to support Maniac. I want to be a part of these things, but um, yeah, the last game was just super unenjoyable for me. It felt too gimmicky, too arcadey. That's probably the better way to say it, because of all the speed and everything. It just wasn't a super strategic game for me. It was just like, get the fastest players and call the plays that work from the shotgun. It's like, I don't want to do that.
No, I mean, you're 100% there. I do believe that college football was very arcadey. And the one thing that I think um, with college football too, the one thing I will give Madden props for is that we do have a little bit of a limitation that we can not use the coaching trees, where in college football you're forced to use everything that it comes, like there's no way you can turn it off, you can't stop it, whatever's uh giving boosts and perks and throughout the entire thing. It's almost like it's really centered around those
Yeah.
type of things, and so it makes it real difficult. As far as like the little news from it and stuff, I'm really shocked. I think if you go back to when college football came back out, I know that they were trying to put their feelers out there and put some hype around the game coming back. And to me, I think the first uh the first of that game was the best that had been since the college football had been out and back in 14. Um, uh, 25 was really good. I think it was a move in the right direction. They didn't have as much of the excuse me, the little coaching tree things that is now like prevalent so much now in the games, but it was kind of the stepping stone towards that. So
I felt like college
excuse me.
football did the coaching tree thing better than Madden did. It was a little more confusing in college football, but you couldn't like go and like build this superstar team, coaching team that was giving you plus 12 attributes and everything. It's like, who thought that was a good idea? I just would love to just help me understand what y'all were thinking. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
you're making a nobody player that couldn't play a superstar just because he has three good coaches. Yeah, I don't know. It's mind blowing.
Yeah, and I agree with you there. I think they had it spread out a little bit better, especially the college football 25. I think that was the best part of it. Was it was more spread out. I mean, you may have only got like a 1 or 2 point buff on certain things. It wasn't nothing like crazy. It was almost very similar to way a couple Maddens ago where the league kind of implemented like you hired a coach and you got a couple points, and I don't remember if you remember or not, but like the where guys would bid on the coaches on Discord, and then if you won that coach, then for that season you had that coach, you got a for your DBs you got a +2 in man coverage or whatever. It was very small, very minute, but it was also kind of a thing that was part of the league and stuff. But Madden kind of took that and then went to a super extreme, like you
Yeah.
said, where I mean, you get a rookie and he's got all the speed in the world, but man, he stinks at covering the ball and coverage. But with all these perks and stuff, I mean, you basically turn an average guy that's got 95 speed into a superstar overnight, and then all the perks they get from that, and then next thing you've got a X factor, and then you got somebody that's got 3 X factors, or
Yep.
it just then it snowballs from there. Then everybody struggles, and they don't have those players, and uh, I just think that uh, they could do things better like that and stuff. I do think though at the no news, I I feel like that is kind of concerning because I feel like when they put stuff out, they're confident with their product. When they don't put it out,
Mm,
they're kind of like,
good point.
we don't want to get this started on the negative side. We're
Yeah.
going to hold back until we get right to where we just have to show stuff, and then it's like the hype of people just clamoring for
Yeah.
information about it, like, oh, I'm just going to cave. I'm going to go ahead and order it or whatever. I think when they let stuff go early on, I think that is a signal. It's they're a little bit more confident in
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
their
That's a good
product,
point.
and then guys, you, like us, we get eyes on it a little bit earlier. We see those things, and you either get excited for it or you get
Yeah.
like, man, this is going to be gimmicky and stupid, and so then
Like,
then
I'm surprised
automatically,
they don't do the beta really anymore like they used to back in the day. It's like a beta should have dropped here pretty soon, sometime in April, May, whatever. And that way you have time to get feedback and go make some adjustments. And I get it, but I don't know. It's a decision. That's for sure.
yeah, I think it was about 4 or 5 months ago
Yeah.
where they were doing that. I thought that was kind of when Madden was kind of turning the corner. I think
Yeah.
it was going in the right direction, and then all of a sudden, like, we're scrapping this, and uh, but yeah, I kind of feel like it's concerning, and I'm and I'm worried for the state of the 27 games, to be honest. But
We'll make the best of it. But yeah, I agree. It's interesting. It is a decision. I think I also have to own my mistakes that have built up to this point of like me allowing more and more and more higher overall imports. I think that really skewed this Madden. Like it just did. It was way too many 99 overall players, way too many 90 plus overall players. And I got to find that balance, and we're going to tie it back this year and make it a little harder for people to bring over like 390 overall guys. Like that can really skew a league when you spread that over 32 owners, but also try to make it like, I'm very appreciative for guys who donate and allow us to do giveaways and big stuff. Like we give away
right,
controllers and memory, and like we do a lot of big things. And so, yeah, sort of is what it is. And heck, I may, because no one's interested. Well, I had one guy interested in my Stream Deck Plus and Stream Deck. I may just give those away. They are like brand new. I take care of my stuff, and so they're like brand new.
I can
And
attest to that.
so if I can twist my wife's arm to help me buy my new one, I may just do giveaways for these things. Anyway, the point I was trying to make before I started chasing that rabbit was that I'm trying to make it worth like to say thank you by letting you bring over a good player. But I think we're gonna have to bring that back this year and do like we did last time, where it's like you get one, everybody gets one, bring over whoever you want. If you're a platinum, it's probably going to be 85 and lower. If it is you play all your games in the last season, it's 75 and lower. I don't know. We'll figure out the numbers, but it's something
Right.
like that that makes it a little bit more tougher to do the D-money thing and bring over 399 overall cornerbacks and completely skew an entire Madden cycle, because it's just like a very, very good team. All right, one more commercial. When we come back, we're gonna the question of the day for Maniac is, what is the most crucial down and distance that an owner will face in a game? I've been having that thought, and I've got my own thoughts that I'll share when we come back after this message from our buddy Bird.
Does your halfback feel like he is stuck in the mud? No matter which direction you go or what button you push, you just can't seem to shake that pesky defender. Well, don't you worry, I've got just the thing for you. It's Birdman's Jukes Jerky Sauce. Yep, you heard that right. Just a dab will have you juking like the Birdman, and those pesky defenders will fall away. Get the sauce today before your rival buys it first. And remember, when your back can't juke, we'll sauce it up for you.
I absolutely love those, and because it's so out of the element for almost every one of those guys that I asked to do them. And we're gonna have to come up with some more, because the 3 I played today are all gonna get me popped. I'm gonna have to get all the music. I'm gonna have to go back and erase all the music on those. All right, Maniac, question of the day for you: what is the most crucial down and distance you think an owner faces in a game?
Let's see. I think it has to be the third down. I mean, and I think it. I don't know about so much the distance, but to me, I think if I can say it and not distort your question, but I think it's third downs in the red zone. I think those are crucial, because that's either the difference between scoring touchdowns or settling for field goals. And in this league, when you settle for field goals or you turn the ball over, man, you put yourself in a rock and a hard place. And I know we've seen some of the stats when we've talked about these games and stuff of guys' third down conversions. A lot of times when you see where they've struggled on third downs, if they've had a lot of third downs and not converted those, and that just means that that's a drive that stalled out with no points, and it gave the other team an opportunity. When you give like guys like D Wayne, D Money, Bronco Man, those guys, you give them extra possessions without you not actually scoring on. I think that's just spelling disaster for you.
Yeah, I don't think anybody can argue. Those are the money downs, right? Third down, especially in the red zone, like you're winning and losing games. I want to hear in the chat, or if you're watching this a little later, down in the comments, which helps us out a ton. So leave a comment, something. I hate the show. I love the show. Your face is ugly. Get off the screen. Whatever. It's comments. I'll take it. I present it's second down and long. And it's the crucial down. And the reason I look at that is because it's going to determine what kind of third down you have. Did you get the second down? Did you pick it up and you keep that drive going, which is usually going to lead to success in the red zone? Is it that crucial pickup that gives you a third and manageable, a third and sharp? Or do you set yourself up because you didn't do well on second down to have a third and long, and now like they're going to be rushing, they're going to be playing zone, you're going to have to make a really tough decision. And I think when you look at the red zone, when you start talking about inside the 5, inside the 10, that second down is critical, because if you don't score on that second down, or you make a mistake on that second down, well, now you've got one more down to play with, and you've either set yourself up to see an all-out blitz, you've set yourself up to see zone in a very tight coverage. I just feel like second down is the most critical down and distance, or second and long. So anything second and 7 plus is a really big critical down and distance that a coach is going to face throughout the game, that's either setting you up for third and manageables that you can pick up and continue to have a high percentage, or third and longs, which you're going to have to punt the ball or not have as much success. And it's going to show itself in the red zone. Are you settling for field goals? Are you able to score touchdowns? And so it's a really critical down. I think it's also the down we can all agree most guys in this league are going to end up blitzing on. So when you get to that second down, and guys are usually on defense going to send the all-out blitz, because they know they're trying to set you up for a third and long. They're trying to set if you have a second and long, you're probably trying to run it to get it to a third and short. So they're hoping to send the blitz to stop the run. It's just an easy down, and I think lazy down, to send the blitz often. And so I think second down for me has really become that critical down and distance. All right, Maniac, closing thoughts. I'm going to hand it off to you. We're going to wrap up this show. Give me some closing thoughts.
We got through with some good games. We talked about some good games that happened. Nice to see that we are having some closer games, maybe some games with some defense. I mean, that if you go look at the positive part of things, look at those and say that's nice. I did like a lot of the conversations that we had about Madden and about the league and stuff, and I'm really excited about being here, being a part of the community. I know Madden at times really stinks and really sucks, but one thing is for certain: the OMFL and the community is awesome. So.
Thank you, Maniac. Zoe says 1st and 10 for me. I live on the edge, and that's the only down that sets up the chess match. I agree. 1st and 10 is a really critical down. But I would also argue what you decide to do on 1st and 10 is going to decide what you do on second and long, if you have that, which is going to decide that third down percentage. So it should be a lot of fun. Guys, we're going to wrap it up right there. If you're watching this later, thank you. I appreciate you. I love you. Leave your comments down below. That engagement does help us out a lot, and it just lets me know, hey, all the time and that Maniac I put into this is worth it. So I appreciate you. I'm going to try to go enjoy the rest of my day off before my wife shows up at 4 o'clock, and we're going to see Nate Bargatze tonight. She got me Nate Bargatze tickets for my birthday back in September. Ooh. So that should be a fun show to go and to watch, and I'm looking forward to spending some time with her. Maniac, thank you for being kind. I have not been a good host in the last couple of weeks. Work has derailed me time and time again on Fridays, and Maniac is really patient to let me sort of flow in and out, and he's just waiting around on his hands, holding his day up, so I appreciate him. All the guys that make the news, thank you. All the guys that make the commercials, you guys are awesome. I love you. Until next time, take care of yourselves, take care of those around you, and we'll see you.
Later.
I'm always waiting for Maniac to say his thing before I cut him off. All right, we're out of here.
Smash that like and subscribe.